News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Nathan Hager.
And I'm Karen Moscow.
Karen, we begin with politics and a busy night of primary elections from coast to coast. Let's start in California, where a crowded race for governor is still being decided. Right now, about half the votes are in, and Republican Steve Hilton is in the lead with 27.7% of the vote.
It looks very much as if Californians really will have the chance to vote for change in November and take our state in a new direction.
Steve Hilton is a GOP strategist with President Trump's endorsement. He's followed by Democrat Javier Becerra in second with 25.4%. Billionaire Tom Steyer is third with 19.6%. The top two vote getters will face each other in the November general election under California's jungle primary system.
And in the Los Angeles mayor's race, Nathan, incumbent Karen Bass has been forced into a runoff. According to the Associated Press, she currently has 36% of the vote, short of the 50% of the vote needed to win the election outright. Her challenger still has not been decided, but right now, Republican Spencer Pratt is in the lead for second place with 29.1% of the vote.
Obviously, I was going to accept whatever God's plan was tonight. I was going to be happy if I wasn't moving forward because I would have known that God didn't want me to be the mayor. But now I feel very confident that I am going to continue to work hard.
Spencer Pratt is a former reality TV star who's accused Bass of letting last year's Los Angeles wildfires get out of control and not doing enough to tackle homelessness. Running behind Bass and Pratt was Nithya Raman, a former ally of the mayor and a progressive city council member elected with support from the Democratic Socialists of America. Raman currently has 22% of the vote.
That was also an important election night in New Jersey, Karen, in a House district that could be key for Republicans holding their majority in November. With 90% of votes counted, former Navy helicopter pilot Rebecca Bennett is projected to win the Democratic primary in the 7th Congressional District with 45.5%. Bloomberg's Tom Annette reports this result is not a big surprise.
She had raised much more money than the rest of the field. The party establishment had been sort of coalescing around her. And I think, as more and more money was drawn in, she established herself as the clear front runner.
Bloomberg's Tom Annette notes Bennett will go on to face Republican incumbent Tom Kean Jr. He's been away from Capitol Hill since March with an unexplained medical issue. He's missed more than 100 votes to date.
In the race for New Jersey Senate, Nathan, Justin Murphy is the Republican winner with 33.3% of the vote. Murphy defeated a field of three other candidates to earn the GOP nod. He'll face Democratic incumbent Cory Booker, who's running for a third full term. And Lilia Mejia is the winner of the Democratic race in the 11th Congressional District seat left open by New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill. Mejia picked up 81.5% of the vote.
Karen, the U.S. and Iran have been exchanging strikes in their latest flare-up in this fragile ceasefire. The U.S. attacked Iranian radar and command and control sites, while Iran tried to target an airbase in retaliation. We get more from Bloomberg Middle East breaking news editor Patrick Sykes.
We saw the Iranians firing missiles and drones reportedly at multiple Gulf countries, I think in particular Bahrain and Kuwait. Bahrain, of course, is particularly important as it's the home to the U.S. naval presence in the region. But now both sides are kind of sticking to the line that the ceasefire remains in place despite these increasingly frequent violations of it. It does feel like they are becoming more frequent. And with that, I think the question will be how far they can extend this narrative that the ceasefire is still in place.
Bloomberg's Patrick Sykes reports Kuwait is now saying an Iranian attack on its international airport killed at least one person and wounded others. U.S. and Iranian negotiators are grappling with several critical questions, including freedom of navigation through the Strait of Hormuz and the future of frozen Iranian funds.
And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Karen Moscow.
I'm Nathan Hager, and this is Bloomberg.